Y'all know I do things different. My parents raised me different. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead. Okay. Way up. Junior, aka Little Walt, Big Walt now. I just want to show love to my parents and my family who came out to support me. And I will be reading from Luke 24th chapter, 6 through the 12th verse. So it says, "He is not here, he is risen. Remember how he spoke to you when he was in Galilee, saying, 'It is necessary that the Son of Man be betrayed into the hands of the sinful man, be crucified, and rise on the third day.' And they remembered his words. Returning from the tomb, they reported all these things to the 11 and to the rest. Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary, the mother of James, and the other women with them were telling them, the apostles, these things. But these words seemed like nonsense to them, and they did not believe the women. Peter, however, got up and ran to the tomb. When he stopped to look in, he saw only the linen cloths, so he went away amazed at what has happened." All right. So with this, I was kind of shocked that when I was reading my Bible and I was studying, I was kind of like, how were they in disbelief when they saw that he wasn't there? As we see in Matthew 17, 22 and 23, Jesus already told them that he had to be delivered into the hands of men, and they will kill him, and he will be raised on the third day. And they were greatly distressed even then. So how, when God already gave them the promise of what was going to happen, they were still in disbelief? I know even myself, which is going to be a testimony as well, I'm going to give y'all that. I've had disbeliefs in the purpose and promise God has given me. Before I moved down here, I was in Atlanta for 3 years. I moved back, but before I moved, I had a dream that God gave me. I was outside playing around with a group of friends, and this guy, I don't know who he was, I don't know what it was. I call him my mentor because he guided me. So he told me to come into the church. Me and a group of friends came into the church. We were in the corner, we were playing around, having fun, joking. I remember him saying to me, he looked exactly at me and said, "Shh, be quiet, pay attention." There was a big screen in front of the altar, showing things, and I seen this man walk past and leave outside. It was attached to the phone, and things on this screen were showing all of y'all, how y'all are sitting out there today, showing things like gambling apps, partying, social media, explicit things like things on the internet, things like that. And I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, why is he showing me this? And then I start getting heavy. I start getting sunken into my seat. And I noticed that he's basically convicting me. So as he was convicting me, I get sunk into my seat, my eyes close. So then I wake up, I'm outside. I'm looking around outside, he's standing to the left of me far off. My friends are outside playing, having fun. There's this electrical wire over all of us. I remember my friends playing, still laughing, having fun. It's clear that they didn't pay attention to anything that they saw. They ran underneath the electrical wire and they disappeared. I stayed right there with the mentor. I remember waking up that morning freaking out. What is going on? Why do I remember this dream so vividly? And why did it seem so real? I remember calling my cousin. We had a good conversation. And he said, "Look, Walter, God has given you everything that you have wanted. You've played ball. You've done things. You've been to Spain. You did everything that you literally prayed for. It's time to come home and do work." I'm so happy that Pastor gave me this because I noticed that in that dream, I was in Olive Branch Church.
Amen.
I noticed when I was sitting in the fellowship hall, this is where he wanted me to be, but I didn't know what he wanted me to do. Certain things came up to where people wanted me to help do things. You know, I was trying to stay, I'm running away from the promise of the God. No, you wanna, you know. But eventually we're here, and now I'm able to help give back. And I noticed through that promise and that purpose that he's given me that he's using me to help give back to the youth as well. So I know sometimes, we all question our purpose and our call, and we get in disbelief just as I was, and even Jesus was too. Like in Luke 22:42, Jesus said, Father, if you are willing, please take this cup of suffering away from me. And he said that because he knew what he was going to go through for us. He ends by saying, yeah, I want your will to be done. And that's what I said as well. So there's purpose behind every promise. And Jesus kept the biggest promise of them all, dying on the cross and giving us all salvation. Now I'll say this. I know Jesus went through a lot of things. They put the crown of thorns on his head. They whipped him in his back. They made him carry the cross. They threw rocks at him, spat on him, and all of that. And as I think to myself, I'm like, how could he go through all of these things to save someone like me? And I'm so embarrassed about all those things on the screen that was shown to everybody in front of me. Why can't I just show them that he saved me from all those things, and yet I can still shine for him? So now, I'm just going to leave y'all with this. Now, I ran away from the calling. I've been running for the longest. But now I ask myself, with the promise given and the promise kept, why not me?